Hey yo, Pulse fam, you already know who it is. It's your boy Thesis, man. Thank you for coming back to the channel and Happy New Year to everybody. Christmas was actually kind of cool. I'm really excited to get into this brand new year. There are a lot of things planned, this being the first of many. This, we're checking out MidIQ from WA Productions. So when I came across this last year, I wanted to play around with it. I was like, I really didn't like it. I didn't like the process of it. But anyway, we're gonna go through this review. And again, whoever likes and subscribes to this channel, you guys are gonna be entered into the contest to win this. So without any further ado, let's just get right into the video. All right, so on the site you see right now, it is $29.50. I got it when it was $5. So of course you guys got to catch those deals on Planet Boutique. Like I said, I actually wasn't really too fond of it at first. But after playing with it and playing with some things, I did realize that it does have potential. It's not something probably that I would not be using on a daily basis, especially with me having ripcord. But for those who come across this will be a good starting point for chords. Now, it's not going to give you like super lush chords. It's not going to give you chords that have different variations. Well, it does give you variations, but full, lush size chords, just going to give you simple, basic chords. It has 3 voices, so of course that's only 3 keys. But you'll see that once we get into the VST. We're just going to go through the VST now so you guys can see what I'm talking about. All right, so first let's go with the setup, okay? So when you go and open this up, now this should be for any DAW, okay? You go and open it up as a VST, you go to MidIQ, you open it up, you're gonna get this first instance of it, and this is how the GUI looks, right? Of course, if you try to go and play anything, you're not gonna hear it because it has to be set up through another VST instrument so that you can hear the actual sounds. Once you do that, let's just say I have an instance here, and once you finish setting up, you do it just like how you do any other. You go, you click on it, and you monitor the actual input of the MidIQ. You change the actual output. Instead of all outputs, it's going to be MidIQ's output on the sound that you're playing. For the MidIQ, then it's going to be all MIDI inputs because it's basically it's a send. It's going in and out. You just have to make sure that you hit on this and you should get sound. There you go. Now, I do have 2 instances of it because I want to start off with keys first and not the actual sound, so you guys can actually hear and see what it sounds like. So let's open up MidIQ and let's go through the features of this VST. As you see, it's a very, very user-friendly GUI. It's pretty straightforward. It has a trigger, which I have it set to now to MIDI, but you can go all the way up from 132 after that to 4. Now, if you're going to be playing with, let's say for instance, on bars, it's better if you use 1 through 4. The 3/4 through 132, those are how many times that the notes will be triggered. Right here you have a key. Change the keys from major to minor. You got an off key where it will, kind of shift off key, but it will stay within the actual tone of whatever key that you have it set in. You have different variations. So you have 0 through 8. And what that does is that just changes the sound of each key. I know you see the funny looking squares and the circles and the triangles. These are the actual keys ranging from 1 to 8 with different sound that you can choose the sound to play with. And let's say that we have it on G sharp minor now, and this is a triangle. We're going to change that to a circle, and then it changes within that key. The actual lever you see right here is, if you look at it, it goes bright to dark and to totally almost empty. That's the actual velocity key of each key. You have 8 keys again up to which you can choose sound, and the way that you choose sound is that you go and just hit the pluses, and then once you hit the pluses, now you can change the actual sounds of shape, and that's what you would focus on to change the key. And say that you want to change the pitch, this is where you would change the pitch of those, and then you go all the way down to, there you go. So you have different ways in which you can change and shape your sound based off the chord that you want to select. Once you get that, you come up with this and you can actually lock it. It'll show a lock. Now, what this means is that if you want to change any variations and you want to manipulate it and you want to change the voices of it, it will keep those keys locked that you have locked, and all those other ones will change over time. The way that you want to drag these out if you're not playing through MIDI is that you have a drag and drop feature here where it says export, and what we want to do is we want to drag and just export the sound. And as you see, I already have the keys ready up, and you can play along with it or you can play over it. All right, so it's really kind of cool to have just this option, I guess. For me, again, there's some things that I would like to change about it. The things I would like to change about it is to change the actual way it sounds a little bit more natural that you're playing. Of course, again, this is a chord generator, so you're looking for something to help generate an idea. I think it matches that definitely for sure. For me, like I said, I probably won't be using this one as much. Only because, you know, I generate chords to ripchord a lot more easier. Within this one, you can't import MIDI. That's one thing for me. Another thing is that it doesn't give you the option to not necessarily change the keys too easily. You can change them based off of the shapes. Another thing is that for me, it doesn't give me the feel of like I'm playing an actual piano. Again, it goes off of shapes. So if you're not too, familiar with music theory and stuff like that, this kind of, throws you off a little bit, even though it shows you the key in which the chord is in. Again, if you're not familiar with it, then, you probably might not use this as much. Again, those are just my personal cons, just my personal preferences to make things easier as far as doing your progressions. Now, again, somebody else might get this. And again, it is a good idea generator, but this is not a go-to of all go-tos to, just have, your sound just pushed right out. It's a good starter. It's a good starter for those who might not know how to do chords. So if you guys like this video, please make sure that you go like and subscribe to this. Also, don't forget, make sure that you are already subscribed to this channel, because you will be automatically entered into the contest to win this. So I'm really excited to see who wins this. Just make sure that you guys like this and you're subscribed to the page. Again, I'm looking forward so much to this year. I know we have a lot planned, so I'm really looking forward to what you guys are going to be submitting. So without any further ado, I appreciate you guys. Love you from my heart. You guys already know who it is. It's your boy Thesis. Peace.